It
The
gets so.
reality of life is that you cannot make everybody happy. When you sleep in the night and when you finish your day, you should be like, oh, I did a great job with editing this.
Yeah.
I think this is such a beautiful episode. You should not take it personally. You should, yes, there is constructive feedback, which is there, but there's a way of doing constructive feedback. So
Yeah.
you respect those people who give you constructive feedback in a respectful way.
Why is that a problem for you personally? I'm just out of curiosity.
People who are on their internal journey of finding what is their purpose of being here, and they want to serve the people in their life with the best of their capabilities that they've been blessed with. How do you go out and change the world with that? How do you speak with authenticity? How do you speak when you find, first of all, you have to find your authentic self and your alignment and your spark. What is that spark?
Yeah, so I'm just here with Avi because I just wanted some life advice, and if Avi can just kind of hear me out. But I was briefly telling you offline before this recording that I'm just struggling with dealing with people and like just receiving criticisms a lot in comments and messages and stuff constantly lately, and people telling me change this, change that, do this, do that. Like I'm giving it my all and I'm doing the best I can. Like the biggest thing that annoyed me recently was just someone saying like my job is easy. All I do is just get on Zoom and talk and hit record and like upload. That's all you do. Like why is this so hard for you? I'm like, bro, like dude, the negotiations, like the editing, the thumbnail creation, like there's so much more that go into this. Like, like I got to look back and edit, like, hey, I got to cut this part out. I got to watch a whole nother thing. Now I got to watch the entire interview again to make sure I didn't say anything wrong and stuff. There's just like, it's not just record and upload. Like that's like the most stupid, like it pissed me off so much. No offense to this person, but it pissed me off so much when this person told me that. And I take things really personal. I get annoyed and easily, and I don't know. It's just something that I got to overcome. But that's just something that I'm trying to get better at. And like I'm almost at the point where I want to just remove comments completely because I'm just getting so annoyed by people. So just thank you for hearing me out.
So the most beautiful thing, Ken, is when we walk our own path. And I think we touched on this last time also. And I'll share a little bit more on this. Is when the most beautiful thing you can do is walk in alignment with your path. And your path, that is your calling. A path that makes your heart happy. I always tell people, and I do it in practice for myself too, that it's very important to know what your alignment is, what makes you happy, right? And unfortunately, in the world we are living today, people have forgotten how to agree to disagree respectfully, how to agree to disagree respectfully. That is a fundamental of communication. That's a fundamental of any thriving society. And unfortunately, what has happened is that people think now that the new narrative that is there is either you're with me or you're against me. Either you align with what I'm saying, you do everything what I do, I tell you to do, or otherwise the person is telling you to do, otherwise they're unhappy with you. That person who's leaving these comments on your chat is unable to see your perspective because they're so rigid on their perspective is the right perspective. An unfortunate thing is that a person's spiritual journey and evolution is very personal to them, and they're on their journey. So they might need, and I always equate a person's spiritual journey to where they are and how they treat people, how they make other people feel around them, how tolerant you are of other people's comments, thought processes, right? You don't have to take everything in. You don't have to agree with everybody who's there. But it does not mean that you shoot them down. It does not mean that everything they say. It does not mean that you have to make a big fuss about everything which doesn't agree with your mindset. It's fine. It's such a big planet. Go somewhere else. Find some other podcast that you like. They don't have to be on your podcast. If there is no alignment and they don't like what you're posting, they don't like what you're seeing, they feel it's an easy job to do, it is very easy for them. Please find some place that makes your heart happy. Don't spend time on Ken's podcast.
Yeah, that's what I feel too when people tell me don't say this or don't say that. I'm like, you don't like what I'm saying or you don't align with me. Like, why are you even watching me? Like, I
Your
don't get
podcast
that.
is your world. Your podcast is your world, my friend. It is your
Yeah.
expression of what makes you happy, what makes your heart happy, what you like to do, what you feel like doing, the kind of guests you like to talk to, the kind of different people you collect from all over the world. Such amazing people. I
Yeah.
watch your podcast. I love watching your podcast and all the
Yeah.
guests you bring because they bring something different, a
Yeah.
different perspective, a different way of looking at life. What I really like about you is that you're able to pull out everything which is special about them in your podcast. You're brilliant at it, and not everybody is able to do that.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, like someone started telling me recently, like I interrupt people too much or something. And when I talked to Sanching was like, why are you asking more questions? And I was like, well, people like were complaining that I interrupt people too much, so I'm trying not to interrupt people. And so I stopped doing that, and like people started saying like, "Oh, you're dividing your interviews, and that's like lame. Please stop that." And I stopped that, and now people are saying like, "Ken, I need more content from you. I miss you." It's like, make up your mind, dude. Like, what do you want from me? Like, dude, like I'm like making less revenue because like I gotta. I have less content now. I did what the people wanted, and now like some people are upset. It's like, dude, like, what do you guys want me to do? Like, I'm giving it my all. I'm making less money for you guys. Like, and I'm barely like, we're talking like no money now because like I'm barely getting paid in ad revenue and stuff. And there's like, and I'm possibly not even like, I possibly can't even get ad revenue because my roommate has a YouTube channel as well. And like, he's monetized and like, I don't know, there's like hoops and I don't know. There's just, it's complicated when I like put in my address and stuff. So I might have to move eventually again. And, so there's just like, there's so many things that people don't like understand, like the struggle going through, like, behind the scenes and stuff. And so it's just, it gets pretty annoying,
People don't know what they don't know. They reflect from their knowledge and their base of what their reality is around them. Most of the times. They don't know that if you're editing a 60-minute podcast, how many times you have to watch that 60 minutes. It's not just one time you edit. It goes through so many. It might take you 4 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours to do it. What parts to keep, what not to keep, what you feel is right, what is not right, what parts. And it takes effort. You're putting in your personal time and effort in doing. I truly believe, Ken, you should do it in the way that your heart aligns and your inner self tells you. We are the best at what we do when our heart and our soul and our actions are in alignment.
Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. And like I said, like I get that I'm not the most polished speaker and stuff. I don't use big words. Like I didn't even start speaking English, till I was 15, really like full time. And still like, it's just, there's a lot of things people don't understand about me. And there's a lot of things that people can write to me, people can criticize me all they want, but like, dude, there's just a lot of things you don't know about me. There's a lot of struggles that I've gone through, and like, I don't want to be doing this. I'm only doing this because I just happened to do this, a few years ago, and then it just kind of took, it just became relatively successful. So I just reluctantly just kept doing this. Like I could literally walk away today if I wanted to and go make money and stuff. But it's just, there is, some people that really want me to do this, like yourself and other people that, I mean, there at one point, there was people begging me to do this, like begging me, like, Ken, please do this. Like your work is so good and stuff. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. But like when I hear the people that are just super unappreciative and just, always just complaining and whining like constantly.
The reality of life is that you cannot make everybody happy. Ken.
Yeah, that's true.
The reality of life is that you have to walk your path in the light that you are yourself. And
Yeah.
when you walk the path in the light that you have a certain aura, you have a certain energy, you have a certain resonance of your own. The right kind of people start aligning with you.
Mm-hmm.
The key, the key is always not having more people with you. And unfortunately, social media has become like that. It's like more and more people I have, that better I am. And that's become the metric for success when it is not. The metric for success is if you have 100 people, how many of them are aligned with your thought process and your mindset and on the same frequency, resonating on the same frequency that you are at, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
That is gold. It's, you might have 10,000, you might have 150,000, you might have 500,000 or 500,000 followers. Does not matter anything if they do not align with you, they not resonate with you. They do not connect with you on what you're trying to say and why you're trying to say, what you're trying to bring to the world. People who resonate on your frequency will find you very, very precious. They
Yeah.
will value you like anything.
Yeah.
And I know so many people who value you, Ken, what you do, because you do it from the purity of your heart.
Yeah.
So you need to keep walking every day.
Yeah.
People who do not align with you will fall off. People who align with you will attach themselves to you, and you will make that caravan bigger and bigger and bigger as
Yeah.
you walk forward. But the challenge that comes is that everybody falls into this trap of making everybody happy around you. You can't make everybody happy around you. It's not your job to make everybody happy. You have to make yourself the most happiest with aligning yourself first. When you're happy, you will make everybody around you happy. You don't have to be a narcissistic and just be about you. Everything in the world is about you. There's a difference between self-love and being a narcissist.
Yeah.
Self-love equates to believing that God resides in you. And when God resides within you, you're listening to the God, and you're bowing down to God, the power, the universe, the consciousness, the eternal consciousness. You're bowing down to its power, knowing that it is guiding you in the right possible way, and you will do the right things when you see that same consciousness, same divinity in each and everything around you, each and every person around you, each and every object around you. From a mouse to a computer, to a pen, to a leaf, to a flower, to a pet that you have, to a person walking on the street that you don't know. When we understand that, and it has taken me time to understand that also, but it is such a beautiful feeling when you understand that divinity is in each and every part of particle of being of everybody here that we are. That is huge. And it all starts with knowing ourselves and respecting ourselves and honoring ourselves, that it is the divinity is within us. We don't have to search God anywhere outside.
Mm.
We don't have to search God anywhere outside. God is in every being of the cell and the atom and subatomic level of your being and my being. He's there. You can call him by any name. They're all different stairs to reach to that level floor. It's the first floor. You can use any staircase you like, which resonates with you, which makes that path easier for you. The path of becoming a better human being, the path of becoming a person who understands why they're here on this planet. Knowing that, embracing that, and becoming a genius in that, that is our job. How can we make people's lives better around us with everything that the universe has given us, the consciousness has given us? How can we first step is to identify that within yourself, and needs a lot of inner work. A lot of inner work. It's not easy, but going inwards is very, very complicated and difficult because people are not used to it. Everyone is taught to look outside for validation. Everybody is taught to look for approvals outside around you. When you're looking for approvals outside of yourself, your own being, for your own being, you're automatically compromising on the awesomeness that you already hold in you. You don't need anybody's approval. You are an expression of the divine. It's just that you got to embrace it and say, this is my way of expressing it. If you do not align with it, it doesn't work for you. That is great. Find somebody. Don't waste your precious time listening to Ken's podcast. Find somebody else who you like. Your time is also precious. Put it somewhere where you feel it is good, it is worthwhile. Because Ken is going to be like Ken. Ken is going to bloom like a flower in its full expression. Ken is not going to. A sunflower going in a garden doesn't think what the other bypassers are. They wanted a rose or they wanted a lily. No, it's a sunflower. It's going to bloom when the sun shines.
Yeah.
That's its beauty because it knows its purpose. It knows its alignment. It knows why it is there. Internally, it knows and it blooms.
Yeah.
It gives happiness to everybody around it, from the bees to the birds to the squirrels taking out the seeds and having the seeds, to people like you and me walking by and feeling beautiful and happy just looking at it.
I thank you for all that. That's true. I thought about like deleting the comments section and just say like I'm done talking to anybody anymore, but I'll have to reconsider it. And really, you're right. I'm just taking things way too personal, and like I need to be a better person. This is about me. This isn't about
Again, you are a better person, and this is what I also believe in. There's something new that I'm working on, and I'm getting this, that I need to work on this. And I think I shared with you also. It's called a divine human, being a divine human, and that's something very, very difficult. That I'm. The more people I talk to, the more people tell me it's very difficult for them, because the idea is that if you talk about enlightenment, spirituality, divine purpose, universe, God, that's the way you have to go. There's no other way. And then the other part is there's another fork which is there. In the fork, the other road is, okay, you got to be human. You got to be living the 3-dimension, the matrix, the everyday life, navigate that. And that's a complete different way of living it. But it's not. The divine human is really the purpose of who each and every one of us are. Divine humans are walking this path, who are enlightened, who take that, who are awakened souls.
Yeah.
And once we are awakened souls, we take that expanded consciousness and engage with everyday life with clarity, with heart, with consciousness. That path is beautiful. When you combine both of these, it becomes such a beautiful path, because then your journey is joyful, and anybody else who's walking with you and around you in your home, your office, your community, your friend circle, they're all enjoying your being.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you go to places where it's a big gathering or something, or a big gathering, big room, 25 people, 50 people, 100 people, and you go, and sometimes you will find that when a certain person comes into that room and steps in that room, the energy of the room changes. Everybody is busy in their own corners, talking, chatting, but the moment the person comes in, you will find that the energy of the room changes and everybody starts looking in one direction. You know why that happens? Because they're vibrating, their resonance is so high, their vibration of their being, their aura, the energetic aura is so engaging, it's so powerful, it's so exuberating, it's so beautiful, that people cannot help getting attracted towards it. So your job and our job everyday basis is to live like that, to wake up in the morning being excited of what you're going to do tomorrow. Who's the next week's guest that I'm going to ask and bring? When you sleep in the night and when you finish your day, you should be like, oh, I did a great job with editing this.
Yeah.
I think this is such a beautiful episode. It's going to give so much light and so much a different perspective to people. If people like that perspective, great. If they don't like it, they have the choice. They can skip, they can move forward, they can close the feed. It's very easy. You should not take it personally. Yes, there is constructive feedback, which is there, but there's a way of doing constructive feedback. So you respect those people who give you constructive feedback in a respectful way.
Yeah.
They can disagree with you, but like I said, agree to disagree respectfully.
Yeah. And like I know lately, no one's being like back in the day, there was a lot of malicious stuff like that. That's why I kind of stopped posting TK stuff because like there was a lot of like haters, saying this has got to be fake and blah blah blah, and like that's why I stopped doing it, and I don't know.
And you do
Especially neurokinesis stuff. It was like even like the Nigong industry is like some people say don't even know what's real and stuff, and I'm not even gonna get into that debate anymore because it's just like it just goes nowhere, and it's not.
Here's the other part of it. Psychokinesis, telekinesis, people think, and there are a lot of people, I teach also telekinesis, psychokinesis to a few people. But for me, it's more than just a trick. So when people come to me and they ask me, can you teach me telekinesis? I tell them, yes, I can teach you, but it's an application. Because I have to be very careful who I'm teaching it to. And I tell them very clearly, it's not magic. If you're looking for magic to tell people, show people, and some of them are like that. They come to me and they're like, I want to just do it because I want to be popular in my friends and I just want to show off what I have. And I humbly tell them, then I'm not the teacher for you. There might be somebody else.
Why is that a problem for you personally? I'm just out of curiosity.
Psychokinesis for me, I think, and telekinesis is a very personal journey for me. It's energy work for me. It's spiritual alignment for me with the eternal shared consciousness. It has blessed me by connecting with me. That's the way I feel. It is a very blessed and a very pious and a very, very sacred connection for me. And I feel that, like there's a saying, with great powers comes great responsibility. What we are working with is energy here. And energy does not know where it has to go. Energy can be used in any way. So it is responsibility, I feel, that it is used in the right way for the betterment of the human being who's learning it, the people who are surrounded by that person, and the impact that they can make in this universe by using this ability. Telekinesis and psychokinesis, and like the few things I'm able to do right now is like magnetizing the metal. I'm able to do I get some download recently. There's a portal open, so I get some symbols that I read. I get messages from the consciousness, eternal consciousness, and symbols for people. And I just pass on the message to them. So it gives them the life path, and it has been incredible for them. These are abilities for me to be connected. I've been blessed. I've been chosen to be connected to that eternal consciousness. And I think it's a spiritual journey. Not everybody wants to do telekinesis. There's so many billions of people walking this planet, but for some it just doesn't matter because it's not their calling. Some people, they're brilliant at playing guitar. They're brilliant at playing piano. They can just close their eyes, not look, and they can play with their hands like this. That's their joy. That's their meditation. That's their being one with the one. That's their one being with the oneness, which is the eternal consciousness. It's the same with all of us. The person playing a guitar, the person gardening, the person feeding the birds, the person who's driving the truck. Everybody's got the same one consciousness which spreads in all of us. The beauty is when you're able to connect, and it takes a lot of work. It takes inner work. It takes your energy alignment. It takes cleansing of your soul to a certain level that the consciousness agrees to connect with you. That's how I feel. So it's not something to be taken lightly as magic. And if somebody wants it that way, then there's nothing wrong in it. There's so many tricks for magic. There are channels for magic, and you should learn it. Anybody should learn it if you want to just be a cool dude. Magic is everywhere. But if you want to go deeper into soul searching, if you want to go deeper into your purpose in life, in this universe, that in the human form that we are here with the consciousness, then you have an opportunity here.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really do telekinesis anyways with like a negative vibration. I mean, you have to be in a certain state to do telekinesis anyways, unless like, you really feel energy in the lower dantian, like kind of like, do those things proper. I'm not like an expert in that, and I've certainly never done that, but like to do regular telekinesis, it requires you to really get in like this flow state, zen state, like this yin state, this gamma wave, brain wave, whatever you want to call it, like theta wave, whatever. But
I appreciate every individual's process of how they do it. And I find also is that there is a process, there's a procedure that is there, but then the process is so individual. Anybody and everybody who does telekinesis, it's an internal process of connecting with the consciousness. When you connect with the universal consciousness, it's your Ken is going to connect with it in a very different way that Abby is going to connect. When you do telekinesis, your process, the steps might be same, but the process is very different based on who you are as an individual. I respect every process that is there. Some people have a forceful process. They force energy and they go and they push and pull and things like. I have full respect for them because that's the way the consciousness is interacting with them. For me, I realized early because I learned telekinesis on my own. I didn't have a teacher. I didn't go to anybody, and I was like, "This is something that's calling me. This is." And I was seeing some kids in India do telekinesis, and I was like, "Yes, I want to do it. This is for me. I think I can do it. I have that connection with the consciousness that I should be able to do it." And it was told to me that it is only taught to kids. So it is taught to kids in India from 8 to 18. After that age, they don't teach telekinesis. So the reason for that, and there are reasons, and I understand the reasons now why they do that and they say that, but I was like, I know that I can do it. And what is it? So I went deeper into it. And why do they say that only kids can do it? And for kids, it becomes very fast. They do it really fast. So I did my own research on why is it that kids can do it fast and it's difficult for adults. And when I dive in deeper, I understand it's all about our mindset. Kids are creative. You got to be creative. You got to be imaginative. You got to be thinking that anything in the world is possible. The world of Disney, the world of magic, the world of Avatar, the world of make-believe, which comes into reality when you tell them a story, they're able to imagine it. If one is able to go into that mindset, everything becomes so much easier. And that's what I realized at that time, that when I was using my hands the first day, and yes, I did it with my hands, but then something inside me, a voice told me that I don't need to use my hands. It's my mind that is connecting, because I was going a little bit more deeper, that I don't want to influence it. I want to connect. I want to align. I don't want to force. That was my way. That spoke to me. And from that day onwards, I've been blessed, and I've been practicing more and improving on the connection with the eternal consciousness that is able to, which is in every part and every piece of this world's matter. And now my goal now is to make it as seamless and flowing to me at every time in the day, when I'm awake, when I'm sleeping, when I'm breathing. With every breath, it has to be with me. That's my goal. I should be able to communicate. And I think a few days back, I put a video out there where I was just walking on a treadmill. And I was walking on a treadmill like every day I do. And I was like, let me put this there and let me see. Why is it that if the consciousness connection is there with me, why is it that I have to be sitting there meditating, or just sitting there like it's a very serious job? I'm doing a brain surgery or sending a rocket to moon. No, I'm not doing that. It's my connection with the consciousness that is there. If the purity is there, if my alignment is there, my heart is clean, my heart is joyful, I should be speaking to the consciousness with every breath. And that was the purpose behind that experiment. That it was just, I kept it in front of me, and I was walking on the treadmill for an hour, and it was moving for an hour for me.
Didn't Stefan share that on Insta or something?
Yeah, I think Stefan shared that post of mine. Yes.
No. Yeah.
So it's also about being creative. I feel a creative mind. When you have a creative mind, you think creatively. It helps a lot. It breaks down barriers. It creates your own pathway. Yeah. We all have to create our own pathways. There's no one pathway. There can be a guide. You can show light to somebody, but everybody has to walk themselves, right?
Mm-hmm. So as far as, I mean, you're a very successful entrepreneur, right? Like, as far as like creating abundance and stuff, you're telling me that you have to be in alignment. So for me, I mean, I like this work to some degree, but I also hate it. I don't know. It's like a love-hate relationship I have. Like, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, I like, for instance, I just give you an example. Like, in 2 days, I'm interviewing someone that I'm super excited to interview. Like, he's like a, super underground Negon guy. And like, I'm like dying to interview this guy. But like, there's some people, no offense, I'm like, do I really want to interview this guy? But it's just like, it's good content. It's just throw it out there. Like some people, I have that kind of attitude.
So I would say to that is that this is something very personal to me, what I do. Other than this, in my professional life, me and my wife, we have a branding and a marketing agency, and we're both brand strategists. We've been doing it for 2-3 decades now, for different brands earlier, multinational brands, and then now we've been helping a lot of people who work with us are in the energy space, are in health and wellness. And I would say most of the people who work with us in building their brand, building their business, are people who are energetically awakened, I can say, or they're on the path of awakening. They're on the path of energy work. They understand the world is bigger than getting up every day, sitting in your car, eating your food and sleeping. They are people who are on their internal journey of finding what is their purpose of being here. And they want to serve the people in their life with the best of their capabilities that they've been blessed with. How do you go out and change the world with that? How do you speak with authenticity? How do you speak when you find, first of all, you have to find your authentic self and your alignment and your spark. What is that spark? So we help them find that spark, because there's so much happening there. Me and Pooja, we have our own frameworks, which we do for them. We do brand strategy where we dive in deeper and find that spark. What is that spark that makes them different than millions of people? What is the spark that gets them out of the bed at 5 a.m. and say, okay, I'm excited for the day to create something? Just like how you mentioned 2 minutes back that you have somebody that you're going to interview and you're so excited. I could see it in your eyes. So that excitement is the key that makes the needle move. So you have to find. So we work with a lot of people who are into, health and wellness, energy work, and all of this. And even if they're we work with different people, actually, realtors, mortgage people, coaches, so many coaches and consultants. We build their personal brands for them. But we are able to help them and make them successful because we don't just copy what is working outside and paste it. We dive in deeper with them to the ground and to the base of the lake, pull out those pearls which are there, which make them special. And when you pull out and create your brand inside out, because that's you, nobody can be copying you. They can copy, but they cannot keep up with you, because it's so uniquely you. Your expression is so uniquely you in the brand that you create and the work that you do in the business you create, that people will love your expression. When you love your expression because you found it and it's so authentic to you, everybody around you can feel it. They start aligning with you. They just love working with you. They just love listening to you. They just love being around you.
So do you think I should just only interview like a few times a year and just find the people that I really want to interview, and that's it?
I would say it is an inward journey, my friend. So I would say to you, I'm nobody to tell you what you should do, but I can guide you in what is the right process that you should follow. And the right process is you sit down and make a list of the last 50 people that you've interviewed.
Well, I mean, like, for instance, there's like the Qigong industry has very small amount of teachers. It's not like,
Yes.
there's like 100 teachers out there. There's only like 10 that are known. And
Wow.
like, that's it. And like, I want to interview them all because there's only a few. And it's not like, to my knowledge, I don't have like, like bad blood with anybody, to my knowledge, but like, but it's kind of like, as a person, and even in this psychic field, there's not a lot of people, so I have to find like these underground people and stuff. But like, but sometimes I see people and I don't know them, so it's like I gotta kind of take a risk, like, hey, is this person cool or not?
You're doing it out of your heart's desire. If you feel the call and if you feel that resonance, that yes, I need to talk to this guy. I need to know more about him. And I think that is what it is. It's your world. It's your domain. It's your beautiful planet. It's your entity, what you've created, this channel. Go for it.
Yeah.
Get people who make your heart jump out and say, yes. Interview people who you feel like from your heart is like, oh my God, I'm just so excited to talk to you because I just need to absorb your what you have to give to the world. I want to get to myself. Definitely you're gaining when you're on that interview with them, but also through you, there are thousands and millions of people who are hearing it and getting enlightened, are getting the joy, are getting that idea. You have no idea what it means when one spark is all it takes, my friend, one spark to create a fire. And you are creating that spark in so many people's lives. So never doubt that. Never, ever doubt that. Walk with joy, walk with confidence, walk with knowing that that's your path, because you will know whether it's yours or it's not. It's your heart is going to tell you. If your heart says you don't like it, I hate it, it's not for me, I'm like, oh my God, I have to do another video, and people are asking, that's not for you. You stop your channel the next day. You stop it the next day. Find out what makes your heart happy. We have limited time on this planet. Why spend it doing things that do not make your heart happy? Why spend it with people who do not make your heart happy? Why spend it at places and environments that do not make your heart happy? Yes, be practical, that you're not hurting yourself and you're not putting yourself into trouble, but be sensible enough to respect yourself and find out avenues and opportunities and create them. Take minor steps, small steps if you can't take big leaps, but walk towards happiness, walk towards joy, walk towards light. And that changes everything.
I mean, in anything, don't you have to do something you don't like a little bit, in your opinion? Or
so there's a difference there. Yes, you have to do things that you don't like. There's a difference between effort, putting in effort, and doing things that you absolutely don't like. When you love something, when you like doing something and you put in the effort, that's called effort. And that, yes, it takes time. You go to the gym, it takes time. It is like, oh my God, I have to go to the gym again. It takes effort to dress up and go and pick up your things and go again and show up to the gym. But when you show up day after day, you're showing up because at the end of the day, when you walk out, you're happy. You're like, yes, I can see my muscles building up. I can see my body's more flexible. I love the shape my body's coming in. There is that love which is there. And that is hard work. And hard work is putting into something that you love. But if you're putting something, time and effort and hard work, into something that you don't like at all, which sucks the energy out of you, that's not for you.
mm-hmm.
The simple litmus test for this is, when you do the certain activity, do you feel that the energy is being sucked out of you? Or do you feel that you've been energized and you feel happy and you feel like, oh my God, I got so much energy after doing this that I want to do it more? That is the first criteria.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yes, it might be difficult to do it. Yes, telekinesis for me, when I started doing, like I said, I learned it myself. I had to read I read 30, 40 books. I consumed hundreds of hours of content, audiobooks, books, people speaking. And there's so much of people speaking with so many different philosophies, different schools. There is knowledge, but get the knowledge. You have to work on it. You've spent hundreds of hours, thousands of hours.
Can I ask you something? Sorry to interrupt you. Like, for instance, I really want to interview Max Christensen because I really want to know, like, I think he's amazing. I want to interview Daniel Mitchell. I want to interview Nathan Bryan. Like, these are people I want to interview, like, badly. Like, I just personally, because they're very high-level masters, and I want to talk to them.
Yes.
But like, everybody else, I mean, like, no, I wouldn't, honestly, everybody else, I don't really care. It's more like a job, because, like, the bigger my channel is, the higher chance I get to talk to them probably in the future, So should I just, like, neglect everybody else and not interview them and just only interview those 3 people that I really want to interview, or should I still interview the other people, even though I'm not like too.
So here's the game plan. Anytime you interview and you choose a person to be interviewed, I can just tell you that's a little trick here. Write that name there and let it be on your computer or your book somewhere where you see it every time. If after 2 or 3 days, you still feel that this name, when you're seeing every time, is giving you joy, it lights you up, it gives you energy, you interview that person. If you feel that whenever you see that name around you, walking past, doing things, put it in a place that's visible on a post-it. And when you see that name, it's not resonating with you, you're not liking it there, the energy will tell you whether it is right for you or not. And you take a base. Energy never lies. Energy always speaks the truth. People can speak to a lie, they can show a lie, but energy never lies. Energy is always truthful. So read the energy, and the energy will speak to you whether this person is right for you on your path that you're creating or not. And do not doubt yourself that the person that you want to interview will say no to you or will judge you. Why are you judging yourself? You reach out to them and send them a message and send them an email and say, this is what I do. This has been my journey. This is my passion in my heart. And I feel that I want to interview you because a lot of people would love to know about you more than they know right now. And I feel I want to take that opportunity to make it happen and bring you to the world. Let them know who you are, why you are, what do you think, what is your thought process, because there's so many people who might be thinking the otherwise because you're not there. You're not speaking for yourself, or you've been misinterpreted by so many people.
There's a guy named P I interviewed recently who's like a super underground Nadon guy. And like, if there was like 100 guys like that out there, like my channel would be super successful. But it's hard to find these guys. And
so you know
not everybody comes forth. And he even like he even like showed his face, but then he said like, hey, can you take my face? Can you cover my face up? And we have to redo the video. But like I'm just saying like I mean there's I mean
that's okay. If your job is, your heart is telling you that you want to reach out to these people and you want to interview these people.
No.
That's your heart's desire, and that's the energy that is coming to you. That's what you're feeling. Your job is not to see whether it is right, wrong, what you're doing. Just go and reach out. A lot of people there's so many people who miss their opportunities and awesomeness in this life only because of the reason that they feel judged by other people. What are other people going to say? And they assume that the other person is going to say yes or no to them. We have to be neutral when we're going and giving them the opportunity to speak their mind, whether they want to show their face, whether they just want to do a voice interview, whether they want to be on the camera. Let them think for themselves, right? Our job is to walk. Our job is our karma. Karma is what our thing is. The result is not in our hands. We got to focus on our karma, right? That's my calling. That's what's our message I'm getting. This is the message I'm getting. It's making me happy. It's making me excited. Feels aligned to me. I'm going to walk.
Yeah.
It's simple. Keep it very simple. The simpler you keep the whole thing, the easier life becomes.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people complicate things in our mind because we start thinking for other people. We start assuming this will be what they will say. We should not do that. You have to be neutral. We have to be neutral. And it's a beautiful thing. It takes the same amount of energy to be positive as it takes to be negative. Why be negative then? If it's the same amount of energy that you're going to expel, that you're going to use up, why not be happy? Why not be positive? Why not be looking on the brighter side and the light? When it's the same.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Like maybe this year, primarily I won't do interviews a lot, but I'll maybe make content that's more like just share a lot of interesting information that I personally found. Like there's a lot that I found that I could just make videos on my own and share, and maybe I'll do that format and not do a whole lot of interviews because like
you can do that. I saw some videos last week and the week before. You had somebody with the Qi energy working and fixing the egg and all of that. So I saw that same video, the same person about a month back with somebody else with Bree and working with Bree, I think. So, and that was so interesting for me at that time. And when I saw those videos, that was amazing. And I was like, wow, I want to do this. I want to learn this. I want to experiment and do this. I think I can do it. I have a feeling that I need to do this. And then I saw her on your interview. that even confirmed and gave me a message even more, like, oh my God, like it's coming in front of me again and again. That means there is something I need to go further. It's my journey. My journey is my journey, right? So I have to walk the path, but I have to first find what my path is. And the more we start finding our path, the more time we spend with ourselves, the more clearer the path becomes. The less we believe and depend on other people's approvals and views and advices, the weaker we become. The farther you go from your own self, you're walking the farther from your own self when the more you ask for people for permission. Do you like this? Oh, how's my yellow color hoodie that I'm wearing today? If I ask six people are going to have their own perspective on it. Somebody might not like a yellow. Somebody's favorite color might be yellow. But it does not matter. What matters is, what is my being and energetically telling me? Do I wear it or I don't wear it? It's as simple as that. If I start looking for approval, if you start looking for approval for everybody on every task that you do, you're going further and further away from your inner sphere, your core being. That is the universal power that is there. You got to go closer to it. The closer you go, the surer you become about your actions and your path. You don't need approvals from anybody. You don't need praise from anybody. Ken, you're doing amazing. Ken, you're great. You're fantastic. You don't need that. Because your inner self, once you start getting the praise from the highest form of consciousness, the universal consciousness, once you start getting praise from that and you connect with that, and it connects more and more with you, that's the praise you're getting. I hope I'm able to make sense here, but that is the praise that you know, that eternal consciousness, when it connects with you like a highway, not just mini paths and trekking that you're walking on huddled roads. No. When you get onto the consciousness with a highway, that is such a beautiful path of, it is consciousness that's the biggest and the most precious praise that you can ever get, because it opens the entire universe for you of possibilities of what you can create, what you're meant to create. People go through so many things in life. Their parents might not be good, the school they went to, the kids they were around, they got bullied. So many things happen, but everything changes. And all of these things, a man is, my father used to say, a man is a product of their experiences and environment. If you've been in a certain experience and environment, you can't demolish it and delete it from your history. But what you can do is you can create a new experience around you, which is such a beautiful experience and so powerful that it is there. You cannot not acknowledge it, but you can reduce its power and increase the power of what you want. You increase the power of the room that you're sitting in and switch off the light in the other room that you're not now anymore. All we have is the present. The moment that we are talking right now is the only moment, Ken, that is there, that exists. But unfortunately, we live in the past so much and we live in the future so much that we forget the present, and we are not enjoying the present to the fullest, to its beauty, to its essence. Who knows what is the future? The future is already there, and it's the window that's moving, right? It's like when we go to watch a movie. I was there watching Avatar with my daughter, and we were having the same conversation last week. The movie's already made, and that's the reality of our lives that is there. The movie's already made. It is for us. What is that window that moves, which tells us where we are and what part of it we are seeing. We don't know whether the dragon is going to fly or fall down, but the window keeps moving, and we are the window. So the multiple reality is happening because the reality becomes reality when we observe it. And this quantum physics, quantum mechanics says that things become real when you observe it. So we have the power of creating our reality and shifting and taking that window where we want, because what we want to observe. When we have that power, why will we not do that?
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
Like, I I box. I like fighting. I've always liked fighting, but like some people say it's like barbaric, it's unspiritual, it's unsacred, you're hurting yourself. And I get their perspective. And obviously it's like beating people up and stuff. And that's what it is. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I get beat up, I get hurt. But I like doing it. And I question myself why I like doing it. And I don't know. I guess I like to feel superior. I like to feel cool. I like to feel masculine. I like to feel tough, I guess. That's why I'm drawn to it. Like, do you think that's a bad thing? Or
I don't think it's a bad thing, but if you a lot of it, everything starts with the intention, Ken. That's what I understand and I have learned over the years. Everything starts with intention, right? Intention creates the path, and intention creates the destiny of what it becomes in reality. You can do the same thing with the right intention, same activity, and you can do the same activity with the wrong intention. And the results for both of them will be very different. So when you're doing martial arts, and that's just my perspective, individual, I can share with you. If you're doing martial arts and you're doing it from a perspective of technique, you're doing it from a perspective of expertise, you're doing it from a perspective of becoming the best version of yourself. If you're doing it from the perspective and pushing yourself that you are the finest of the finest of the finest person who's doing that in that act, you're getting near to God. You're getting near to the universal power. But if you're doing it because you want to beat that guy in that game who beat you last week, and you just want to beat him because you will feel good about it yourself, then it might not be the right thing. But if your intention is to become to chase excellence, if your purpose is to chase excellence, applaud will already come.
like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not doing it because I want to beat up like my opponent or like my sparring partners. I love my partners. I love my team.
Anything you do, if you're chasing excellence in it, if you're chasing excellence, you're walking the path of the God. You're walking the path of the universe that's set for you. Don't feel bad about it. No, this is I'm being spiritual, but I'm doing martial arts. No, it's your intention, it's your focus, it's your meditation. When you're in that ring, it's your meditation. I say, for me, meditation is going to the plants that I have in my organic garden that I grow every summer. For me, meditation is having those plants from the seeds that I grow, those flowers that come in my garden, the water that I put in it, the trimmings that I do for the small things. That is meditation for me. I think you asked me last time, do I meditate? I don't meditate. Have I done meditation before? Yes, I've learned from a lot of people in the past in my life, and I've done meditation when I was learning from them and things like that. But am I doing meditation every day? Sitting down quietly with my eyes closed and all of that? No, I'm not doing that. And I have full respect for people who do that because that's the way it works for them. But for me, the meditation is walking in a ravine, putting my feet on, walking barefoot on grass. I love doing that. It charges me. Just standing under the sunlight and absorbing that is meditation for me. Even through a window, if I'm inside the room and a little sliver of light, a sun ray is coming from a window, I just put my arm under it. That's meditation for me. So you got to find your definition of meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is something that my definition is that makes me calm, that makes me more aligned with who I am and introduces me to me and my purpose. Anything that makes me more aligned with the universal consciousness and my purpose and my path and my being and my excellence and my resonance, that's meditation for me.
So basically, as long as I'm doing it from a place of I want to pursue excellence, then it's fine. Like, I don't have to worry about whether it's a ghost or barbaric or any of that stuff, you think?
Absolutely. I mean, you're not hurting somebody on purpose. If you're hurting somebody on purpose, then it's not the right thing.
No,
But
no,
if you're
intention.
And that is not your intention. You're clearly saying that's not your intention.
But I will say this though. I mean, a part of me is like all this mother effer that like used to talk crap about me from the past. Like I'm a part of me is driven by like, okay, yeah, I'll show you how tough I am now, kind of thing. Like there's a part of me that's like that. But that's with anything though, whether it's money or whatever,
And that's okay. That's your journey. That's your journey. You walk your path, and the journey will become easier and more clearer for you. Like in fog, the more you walk in, right, the more it becomes clearer, the path, right? If you just stay at one place, it's always going to be foggy for you. The more you walk, the clearer the path becomes. So keep walking your path. Keep walking your path. And when you walk your path of excellence, and I think we were chatting the other day also, is that it could be that you're 36 right now, might be the sharpest and the fastest guy and the most strongest guy is 24, 26, 28 or 27 or 22. You never know, right? But that's what I truly believe, is that it's you have to find, if you're 36, 38 or whatever you are, or even you're 55, doesn't matter. What you got to find is you will be so much ahead, and you can be one of the best if you're able to do your inner work and do your inner journey and find out with all the practices that and the energy work that and then how you do those practices to align your energies. If you're able to, like I said, I mean, you could freeze time. If your reflexes, you only work with the energy that your reflexes become so fast, electric fast, that you can see somebody who's moving their arms and parts like it's in slow motion when they're doing it all in like the Matrix movie. Imagine what kind of a benefit and advantage would you have. You might not be 24 with the force and the power, raw power, but now you have something else inside you which you've developed, which is making it so easy. And that's why you'll find these old masters who are there, and they're old, 60 plus, but they can take on anybody who's a young guy. Why and how? Because they've done that inner energy work to enhance those capabilities that are there. And that's what excellence is. And that's what I feel you should be focusing on. And you can focus on. It's your heart will tell you. I'm nobody to tell you that. But think about it. What is that ability in that entire martial arts process that really lights you up? And then take your energy part of it, work which you are bestowed with, take that energy part, take that part of martial arts and combine it together and work on it and sit on it and work on it. And you might be one of the best in the world that you become on that. You will be known in the world for that. The one and only Ken is the person who can do this in the world. Might be that's your calling. It's not the entire martial arts or winning a trophy. Might be it's just that fine skill, that one skill of martial art that you're the best in the world for. How will that feel? There was a guy, I saw a documentary where, a long time back, it was a documentary that there's a guy who's shooting at something and he takes out his samurai sword and he's able to deflect the bullet. How? Because his senses, he's worked on his energy work, he's worked on himself, that he found his path, he found that alignment, and with that, he's able to freeze it and make it slow motion for him. So what is it for you? That's the question.
Yeah, it definitely made me think a lot today when I talked to you. And I feel a little bit better now that I always feel better when I talk to you. So I'm grateful. And I definitely made me, made me, think about a lot of things. So.
It's always a joy talking to you, Ken, and you're such a wonderful human being. And thank you for being
there. I'm kind of like low vibe today. Normally I'm not like this, but kind of low vibe lately. So
we're all human, and that's the part of being human, that we have different emotions each day. So I feel so blessed and feel happy that I get to call you my friend. And I've told you many times, and I'll tell you again, you're very precious and you're a wonderful human being. And keep doing what you're doing. Don't look for anybody's praise. Don't look for anybody's approval, because you yourself are an amazing person.
I
The more you
appreciate
dive,
that.
the more you dive in inside you, you'll find the greatness inside you of what I'm seeing in you, and a lot of other people who love you see it in you.
Mm,
Walk your path.
thank you. I appreciate that. Well, this wasn't really an interview. It's just like me just talking to Avi, just because I was super depressed last few days. And so, like, I just thought, Avi, if I'm going to waste your time talking to you anyways, then, like, might as well make a video out of it. So that's what I did. And yeah, that's what we did. So, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, but I still got to give credit where credit's due. So definitely check out Avi's Instagram and check out Avi. He's like an amazing sage. Like, he's just an amazing human being. So, like, if you want to learn not just telekinesis, but like just life, how to live a better life, I mean, he's the man. So he's
You're very kind. You're very kind with your words, and definitely talking to you or anybody who needs me is never a waste of time. I feel if I can contribute to anybody's life, and even with the journey I've lived and the awareness that has been blessed onto me, if I can make anybody's life better, I'm living my purpose and my alignment, and that makes me joyful. That makes my heart happy that I'm able to help somebody be and live in their alignment and be better and live with joy. That's all I would leave you with today. Can live with joy every day. Life is precious. Every breath is very precious. Live with joy. Do things that give you joy at the end of the day. When you go to your bed, you feel happy. The more you align, and like we were talking yesterday, if it is difficult to find what you like, if it's difficult to know what you like, what gets you joy, start making a list of everything that you have in your mind, and then take out things, because it's very easier for our mind to take out things that we don't like. It's easier for our mind. So take out what you don't like, and whatever you're left with, choose from that what gives you the maximum happiness, and make that pyramid. And slowly, you on the top, you will have those 2 or 3 things that make you shine like a diamond. Put all your energies into that, and you see what a beautiful life you will live.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Avi.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Ken.